Uh,
Do a walkthrough.
I don't even know if it works in the UK.
I think it does, but that's what this is kind of a test to figure that one out. Here,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's late training. My name is Mike Lucas, and I see we have a few people on today. Sorry about the very, very late uh, link. I actually thought I had it posted in there from earlier, and I forgot that we did not because we're in the process of switching to a new team site. So did not get it posted in time. So then I remembered about 1 o'clock that a couple people sent me messages, and where's the link? And I was moment. So anyway, thanks for coming. Uh, we will strive to get that out there much sooner. Matter of fact, we don't even have our PowerPoint with all our updates that we wanted to cover, so we'll just have to do this verbally, and I'm sure I'll forget something. As far as the team site, we've postponed launching the team site for about another week. We are in the deliberating stages, I guess would be the best way, looking at a couple of new different platforms to use for our meetings and trainings. We actually purchased one yesterday that is going to allow us to do a few different things. Basically protect a little of our trainings in our team site, so we're going to need different links. The Hangouts are probably going to change that we did Wednesday. We're still trying to fit them in, looking at fitting them in if there's a day to fit them in, but the day is going to change. We are going to focus more on, I guess you would say, Mike, an opportunity webinar maybe, and getting them out there. With the new comp plan, we want to focus on helping everyone build their team. We are still going to do the training. It'll still be probably, everything is in flux. Everything is in flux. So we'll still keep the training at 3 o'clock probably on Thursdays. Next week will be the last of the regular schedule. Then there might be some minor changes on our schedule. We're trying to coordinate it with our new opportunity webinars that we'll be holding 4 or 5 times a day when the new comp plan comes out, and coordinating it, kind of not overstepping some of the companies. It's obviously Monday night call we don't want to conflict with, but we understand with the new comp plan and everything that is coming, that there's going to be a focus, and rightly so, on building your teams and sharing with people the Leafit social network and the IT app. And we're working on the system that we have now, the webinars, the daily webinars. We're working on getting an affiliate link. Basically, when someone comes to them, you still have to follow up with them and talk to them, see if they have questions. What we're trying to do at the end of the presentation, having a button pop up right at the end of the presentation, and a person can click right on that button and then join underneath you, join your team immediately. So if you can invite them, and that needs to be the focus, invite everyone to our team webinars. They see the presentation, they get all their questions answered, and then they can join you. And we are probably going to focus on them joining as a paid distributor, just letting you know now. And then if they do not become, they'll have the opportunity at the end of the webinar to go ahead and join free if they don't become a paid distributor, but the focus is going to be paid and all the benefits of that with some benefits of the team. And at the end here, at least get started, get your free account. So with that new platform that's doing that, That's why we've had some flux and delay as we're looking at two different systems. Because it is going to allow us to have live people there, different people there monitoring, helping, answering the questions, and every one of our team members that feels comfortable attending one of those, we're looking at having a schedule where you could be there helping out on those. They are going to be held 4 or 5 times a day. Actually, I got them somewhere here. They're going to be held at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 4 p.m., 9 p.m., and 12 midnight. And these are all going to be on Eastern Standard Time. So it's basically going to comfort a 15-hour time frame, but they're all going to be based on the Eastern time zone. That way, if one of our team members wants to log in, they know exactly. And so if you're in Australia, you're in the UK, you're in Spain, you still just convert the time to your time. And we're covering everything from Australia, convenient in the evening, and of course early morning, to UK times, morning and evening. So still everyone will be able to get in by having an exact time. A monitor can log in there and help out answer the questions. They know when they're going to be held. So the team newsletter, I've talked about this quite a bit. Our team newsletter is actually growing. This week we probably had the most people read it. We actually had the highest open rate, which is awesome. We're getting about right now about 20% of the people actually reading it. And when you look at the number of sheer emails going out, because a lot of people will just say Anna and Joyce and people who have a lot of folks on there over the past 6 months, they maybe have lost contact with them. So they put their names in there and haven't been able to communicate very well with them about the newsletter. So it's going to have a somewhat lower open rate initially as people join, and hopefully every one of you, when someone is joining your team, you're putting them in the newsletter, and that way they will be plugged in from the beginning. And I've seen some people doing it. There's still some people not doing it. Folks, this is not a pitching any person or anything. It's just giving them tips, some short snippets about what's going on with Leafit. It's keeping Leafit in front of them and how to maybe build their team and be successful. So I think most of you have noticed our newsletter is actually morphing, if you will, or growing into something hopefully more useful. Content-wise, news-wise, we're trying not to be redundant. I know a lot of people have mentioned comments about the company's newsletter. Sometimes it kind of looks like the last 4 copies. They really don't. They're just pushing the Monday night calls and a few things, and so we're trying to keep it fresh with new content that makes it valuable. I want to thank Mike Donaldson here. He's been coming up with a lot of the material, and Barbara Rowing, I see on here, has made a comment about the UK ladies leading the way. And yes, the superstars for the last newsletters have all been UK ladies. So, guys, come on. We have to do something about that. But they have been deserving. They have actually stepped up and done a wonderful job at building their teams and helping their groups.
Hey, Mike,
yes.
I wanted to interrupt for just a second because I noticed a lot of new names of people that I haven't seen in the past, and your discussion about the newsletter is so important. I'm wondering if some of these people can let us know whether they're not currently on the newsletter and maybe they're in the dark as to putting their own name as well as the name of anybody they've sponsored.
Well, that's a good point, Mike. You can go to the leafsuperstars.com and you'll see several places a green box that you can click on and add your team and yourself to it. Free or paid, it really doesn't matter. I would encourage you to do that as soon as someone signs up. Then drop them a message either through Facebook, Skype, and email. Have added you to the team newsletter. and let them know about it. Uh, if you have a large team, or you have even a few dozen people free or paid underneath you, and you haven't put them in yet, be careful. We've had a couple people that tried to put in a large number all on one day. There are some safeguards from the autoresponder to keep people from doing spamming, and you can only put in a limit of 10 people a day. So please do not go over the limit of 10. A couple people have, one forgot, one we didn't know about it, and they got their IPs blacklisted from putting people in. So be careful about that. Let's see.
I
I
will
think,
mention, hey, I will mention that the person who did get blacklisted, it got lifted after, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. But
really
yeah, it's
cool.
still dangerous to do.
Yes. So be careful on that. I think hopefully everyone is aware of what's coming here uh, a week from this Saturday, guys. Actually, I think it's a week from this Saturday. Let me check here. Yes, a week from this Saturday. 9 days. 9 days, the new comp plan rolls out. The brand new comp plan rolls out. Folks, this is changing a lot of things with our company, all for the good. As far as the field, I think, should be concerned, it puts a lot more money into our pockets, our hands. It puts a lot more money into the distributors. Uh, it gives them a lot more incentive to go out there and share the Leafit model. And I've heard just a few people wondering, how do you justify the $149? Folks, and I think I've done this with someone here, and we'll get to some training here. We got some good stuff to show you, some really cool stuff that Mike just happened to mention about in the newsletter, and it was perfect timing about Google Plus and several things about Google. But let me just share something with you, Mike. Let me know if, I don't know if we can do this here. Let's see. Sometimes you can see the screen. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see if this will work. Do you see Microsoft Word doc, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, let me close that out. Get rid of all that junk. Guys, everyone asks, well, how do you justify the $149? And there's a couple of things. You have the online OMCA, I believe it's called, which is a online marketing certification course. Folks, this is going to be a free training, as we heard a couple of weeks ago in the back office. Teaches people how to use social media. That's a perfect fit, a perfect glove for what we're doing. We are a social media network, Leafit. Probably one of the best ways to build your business is finding other people who utilizes either network marketing, which is ideal, and social media. So learning how to market social media, not just for Leafit, but if you have another business, if you're involved in another home-based business, or you have a brick-and-mortar business, or you can help businesses in your community and do some offline, it's called, and market locally. Having training on how to use social media is a huge asset. It's a huge skill set. And that's a huge part of marketing, and that's where so many people fall down. And I mean, what I share with people on a weekly basis is some very basic stuff. A lot of people say I sometimes my training is just overwhelming. And maybe we should start a series of like 4 weeks training classes. The problem with that, if some people don't make those, they kind of feel like they lost part of it. This is going to have like a structured lesson plans, quizzes, and there's a lot of value in that. Then, of course, the business opportunity, and it is a home business. How many of you can go down, and those of you who ran a brick and mortar business, you're paying $150, if you will, to start a business. I mean, there is nothing in the world you can do outside of your home where you can go out in your community and open up a business for 150 bucks. It's just not doable. And here you, I know this is said before time and time again, but you are getting a real business that can generate some real income for you. And just like a business that you open up down the street, across the block, down the road 5 miles, you open up a brick and mortar business, whether it's a restaurant, an accounting firm, a realtor, whatever, those take work. Those take effort, energy, resources, and it is not something that you open the door and you instantly get rich. They are many businesses, according to the small business associations, take 5 years before they see a profit because of all the money they need to upfront put into inventory, building materials, labor, and all those costs associated with it before they see a profit. 5 years. Well, with Leafit, $149, you could be in profit your first week for people joining. So you have the, and that's, but it does take, and we all know that who are on this call, so many times people on the internet, and we all see these things. Click one button and become rich. Click one button and get all kinds of traffic. Click one button and sleep in your pajamas on the couch watching reruns of Dancing with the Stars and make $1,000 an hour. It's just, guys, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not. So, but let me share with you, and this is the long term. This is the retirement. This is the retirement of Leafit. What I call the retirement. You have the IT app, but I'm just going to use a couple of numbers here. I believe conservatively, and this is conservatively, okay, that everyone on this call, if you work it and you do some of the things we've shown over and over again, and we're coming out with some team funnels ourselves, we are going to bring them out, but with the comp plan, we need to wait for that to get some material from that. The company's coming out with team funnels. We're ramping up the daily webinar events, making them more appealing, make it easy for people to join up going to see them. Going to be pushing them there. And it's going to take some engagement by everyone on this call and everyone in your team. If you can teach people to do what you do, and people will generally do what you do. So if you're doing very little, guess what? Your team will do most likely very little. If you're doing medium, if you're doing a lot, and I don't mean hours-wise. God knows sometimes I put in 20 hours a day. Seems like I don't accomplish very much. Time management is a skill set that is precious. More people can accomplish a lot in 2-3 hours a week than a lot of people accomplish 20 hours, 40 hours a week. It's focusing on those hours, and that's something that I need to perfect even more. And so, but anyway, using that time frame and teaching people how to take a couple hours out of their busy week, set aside, and do some marketing for their business. And let me use two examples here, and I have never done these examples. This first one, so bear with me, okay? Let me just say everyone on this call gets 7 people. Let me make this a little bigger because I can't even see that with my old eyes, so here we go. How does that look okay, Mike? Or can we see that?
Yeah, we can see that. Uh-huh.
Okay. 7 people a month. You get to paid distributors. Heck with that. I'll just go with 5. I'm going to keep it really simple. I don't know what the numbers are going to be. 5. Let me make it bigger because my eyes today are 5 people. So 5 times first month. Month 1, you get 5 people. Now that is 200 times 50 equals $250. Everyone followed me because you get $50 for bringing it in. Well, next month, you do that again. So those people, 5 times 250, right? I'm sorry. 5 times 50 equals the 250. But now, those 5 people you brought in go out and do the same. You brought in more than 5, but you have 5 people who went out there and you told them to drive traffic to the webinars, to get into the newsletter, to start building it, to do some video marketing, to go out there on social media and engage people. And they bring in 5. And remember, with the new comp plan, you get $10 a piece for each person that from the second for the first generation. So that brings you an additional $50. So now you're at $300. But your team has grown by 10 people. Okay? Now we all know the check matching stuff. I can't even calculate that in there. Now the following month, again, you do the same thing. 5 times 50. God, I can't see my keyboard. My eyes are crappy right now. Okay, so you get $250. Those 5 bring in those 50, but now you have another 5 from the second month, so that's another 50. Whoops. And you can see where this is going, and you can tell I should have had this wrote out here. 50, but now your second generation people you're getting $3 from. So those 5 plus another 15. And you can see right here, in a matter of 2 months, well, here's your first month, here's your second month, here's your third month. You're making $445. By your next month, you're making over $500 by the end of your third, fourth month. $500 a month. That's what most people, and I did this for 3 months. I did this for 3 months asking people, what do they want to make a month? Guys, it's, and I seen Empower. Most of you guys heard of Empower Network. The majority of the people who come into a home-based business, I find this staggering, just mind-boggling to myself, but they want to make $500 a month. For whatever reason, that is their goal. And here in 4 months, just from one of the 4 streams of revenue, they're making $500 a month. Now, when you add in the check matching bonuses, remember this person you brought in here now is getting matrix money. And you start, this is just new people. This is a new. Now they're getting probably close to $550, and this is growing, starts to grow exponentially. But when you look at it, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you've added over 40 people to your team. 40 people. Now your matrix is making 40 people, 2, 5. Your matrix is making around $115 a month. So now you're at $700. Throw in the check matching, and you see what you're doing here. Just getting 5 people with the new comp plan, you're over 700, and by probably your 4th, 5th month, you're making a 4-figure income a month, $1,000. By your 5th month, $1,000 a month profit. Working a couple hours a week, marketing 2 or 3 hours a week. But if you do it targeted marketing, if you're focused on that, that's just one of the ways. And here's the retirement money I talked about. And I've done this so many times. Mike Donaldson says he has over 500 friends. I have 300 friends and fan pages. I've showed you guys how to do that. You bring in 10 people into the free network. Paid, free, it don't matter. Those people bring in 10. Now you have 100 people First line, 10. Second line, 10. They bring in 10. Some people are going to bring in 30, 40, 50, 100. I'm going with super conservative numbers. Super conservative numbers. Can you find 10 people who like posting pictures to social media sites? How stupidly easy is that? And they invite 10 people that they want to share their pictures with. When they post a picture in Leafit, it's going out to all of their social media sites, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and inviting them to join Leafit automatically. So this number here is ridiculously low. Ridiculously low. But those 10, those 100, just invite 10. For whatever reason, they don't invite their 100 friends. They just get 10. Now you're at 1,000 on your third level. And a couple months later, every one of those people, some average 50, some average 7, some average 20, but all at least 10. And now you're at 10,000 people. Whoops. 10,000 people on your fourth level. And you see where this is going. Fifth level, just 10. And now you're at the magic number, guys. It starts to grow crazy, just absolutely crazy, because now you have 100,000 people. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 4. You got 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. No, 5, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 5, 100,000 people. Even if they invite 5. I mean, you're at 1 million people on level 6. Will there be people who get 1 million people? Will there be people who get 5 million people in their, I call it their affiliate network, in their commission network? Absolutely. Will it happen in 2 or 3 months? No, I don't think so. Will it happen in 6 months? It's possible. A year, 2 years, 18 months? But can you imagine 2 million people in your network who happen to have the IT app on their device, on their computer, who's shopping? Maybe not this Christmas, but the following Christmas. Can you imagine your commission check that month? Birthdays, anniversaries, general shopping, just Mother's Days, Father's Days, Black Fridays, the days after, all those special holidays that all our countries have, that every one of our countries' economy has monetized into a shopping day. You are going to make a lot of money. And this is going to happen by having a system up and consistently showing people what you did here. It's all going to base on what you did here. How did you get your first 10 people in? What did you tell them to do? How did you tell them to do it? Did you follow up with them to help them do it and tell them to help their people do the same? And help them do this, then this will happen, then this will happen, and then this will happen, and then the rest is just on remote control. But what happens here, folks, when you start doing that and that and that? This number here, ooh, this here, they don't talk about it. But in a couple of years, this could be, the money. This could be the money. When people sit down on their couch, in their chair, and they need to do some shopping for a gift, or just to get a whatever, to do something that they want, and they seen a picture, or they want to buy something that they've got paid and they have some extra money, and this item they always want. They quickly bring up their computer, their smartphone, their pad, their device, and hit that app and instantly find the cheapest price on the internet. And they're down here somewhere. You don't know. They're in Spain. They're in Southern California, and you're in England. You've never seen this person, know this person, will never ever know how he joined, but all of a sudden, you're getting nickels, dimes, quarters, and dollars because people are shopping all over the world, $2.3 trillion, and you have 500,000, a million people in your shopping network, and it's cha-chinging. Because back in the summer of 2014, you started doing this and doing this. Now you can wait till the IT app comes out and it's all polished, it's all shined, it's all buffed up, it's got all the I's dotted and T's crossed. And you know what? The year is 2015. Maybe the winter of 2015, or the summer of 2015, or maybe the fall of 2015. But those who went out there and started doing this early, they're going to have a few extra zeros here. They're going to find people, because as they say, it's a small world, that some of these people down in this area that you didn't know, but Mike Donaldson knew, Anna Burton knew, and other people knew these people, who knew these people, who knew these people, know these people, who you could have gotten in, and because you waited for the perfect app, you missed out on a couple zeros down here. This is, I've always believed it. I have always believed if the app comes out, and I have said this in somewhat of a negative tone months ago, if the app comes out, because we all wondered sometime, if the app hits, if the app takes off, this is definitely in the realm of possibilities. And that's where we're at today. There are some people in our group who are running and running hard. There are some people snoozing and snoozing hard. They haven't lifted a finger. They are in a deep coma. I'm thinking of calling the hospital because they need CPR. And you know what they're going to say 3 months from now? Well, it didn't work. Or I didn't know that. I will have to say horse hockey. That's a fancy word for horse manure. Because, folks, we have been saying this from the day one. If this happens, and folks, if you don't see it happening now, you are blind. You are blind, deaf, and dumb. This is going to happen in some various degrees. It may take, and you notice I didn't say 2014 for the perfect IT app to come out. I'm realistic. I'm not pushing the hype the company is. I'm not pushing the unrealistic crap sometimes that company does because they got to keep the best case scenario. But the app is working. The app will continue to get better and continue to add features and stuff that makes it comparable to every other social network out there, except one little difference between Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, doing everything you do on those social networks that millions and billions in the case of Facebook do every day, except people using our network will make money. Now, who doesn't think we're going to have 30, 40, 50, 100 million people here in the next 5 years? If you have 100 million people, why can't you be one of those with a little extra zero right here? If you follow your friends right now, you have 100 friends in your network. Ask them. They all have a couple hundred friends, 100 people in their network. And if you went out and, well, who's some of your friends in your network, Mike Donaldson? And he gives me Chris. And I contact Chris. Chris, how many people you know? Well, I got about 75. I got about 90. And Chris, who's Tom? Tom, Betty. I go down 9 levels in Mike's network. I guarantee you I will have probably close to 20 15 to 20,000 people, and that's only from a few people. One person following 9 levels down. Mike has 500 of those people. You have 50, 100, 200 of those people. Why can't you hit this number if some of the people out there will come out of their snooze, their deep coma, and start working it? There's some people now, I see it in our group. This week alone, like I said in the newsletter, we've had over 500 people join our team this month, and the month is not over, the highest growth we've ever had. But it's from a very small core group of people.
And many of them happen to be from the UK.
Yeah, the vast majority. Hats off to the UK people. They see it. You know, they see it, some of them out there. They are working it. Guys on this call, get a hold of your people. Get them to the training. Let them see the numbers. They don't have to. I mean, if you just write it down on paper, it is just the numbers stare you in the face. Can you invite 10? Look here. Okay, enough of the preaching. Let's get to some stuff.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be the first to say, too, and I think you would as well, that if it was any other network marketing-based business, that there's no way in hell these numbers would typically happen. It's because...
Guys, I mean, we've all been on those. You're right. Yeah. They all give you the best case rosy numbers. You know, you can make $10,000 in 6 weeks if you bring in 100 people and they all put in $1,000 and they all buy a garage full of product and they all drink a case of juice and they sell 5 cases of juice to their friends because everyone needs a juice or whatever the case is, or gadget or widget. Yes.
This is just so different because it's attaching to a social network that by its very nature explodes in terms of growth.
Right. I think most of you guys, and this is more on building a professional presentation image. I think who got the call? Was it Anna or someone? I've talked about it before, Gmail. Guys, if you don't have a Gmail account, if you're not using a Gmail account for marketing, I would strongly encourage you to use a Gmail account. I've showed people how to set it up, but Hotmail just filters you. If you're going to go out there and build a team, which that's the only way you're going to make money in this, let's face it. Guys, if someone told you something different, sorry, they lied to you. The only way you're going to make a lot of money with this company is sharing the Leafit model with you. You can call it recruiting, you can call it sponsoring, you can call it standing on your heads and getting other people to stand on your heads. But the thing is, you have to share information with people, and that's how you're going to go from making a few dollars a week, whatever that few dollars, $20, $30 maybe a week some people can make with the IT app by itself. And you know what? To some people, that's awesome. That's more than they ever made with Facebook now, obviously. But if you're looking to supplement your income and more above that, then you're going to have to do a few things. And it's all about presenting yourself. Skype. Become familiar with Skype. Get familiar with using Skype. Some of the basic features. How to search for, add a name to Skype. How to do a 3-way call with Skype. Skype is like the international phone number that everyone uses. Can get on. Even if you got a brand new person, know how to walk them through Skype to get them so you can talk to them and help them. Have Skype as your right-hand tool, your number one tool. And then a phone number. Here, most people do not give a phone number. Scammers do not give a phone number. You know, even if you're in the UK or you're in the United States or you're in Spain or you're in, wherever, I believe you can give a phone number. 90% of the people will not call you. But by you giving a phone number, it's showing that you are not afraid to say who you are. And there's a couple of ways to do that. Now, I'm not 100% sure. and maybe you guys out there in the UK, in France, and other places, other countries can help me out here. But there's a system here, a tool that I've used. I actually had a call center, and we actually, for my internet marketing company and the people making the phone calls to businesses, we use this free phone service and called businesses with it. And it's called Google Voice. Google Voice. So let me show you how you get that. Let me see here if I can. Man, I need to make sure I don't.
Hey, Mike, I did. I
Yeah.
just so you don't have a problem. I did post the link in the chat.
Okay. I need to make sure I use my other
Barbara,
browser. Gmail. Okay. Now, here's a regular account that I have in Gmail, and you'll notice here I do not have the Google Voice installed here. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through how to get this real quick. And I haven't done this in a few years because my other account, let me show you my other account real quick and what it looks like. So we have it. I have it on this account here. Here's my Google Voice. What it is basically a free phone service. I can click here, and you guys seen this? Well, let me move this out of the way. And on this computer, I don't have the voice plugin. There's 2 downloads you need to do. And you see this
no,
right here?
we're seeing you.
You're seeing me. Okay. Let me look here. Bam. Bam. Here. Okay. Here's my little Google Voice installed here. I don't have the voice plugin on this computer because I use it on my other computer, and I'll show you how to get it. But you see right here, search or dial. Look here, guys. You see those countries? Whee! Folks. Oh, countries, free. The nice thing with this is you can set up voicemail. You can set up forwarding. Mike, why don't you tell us how you're forwarding? Someone called you actually about the
Yeah.
business.
Well, and Barbara's got 4 numbers, so she might know a lot more about it than I do. When I initially set it up, I wanted that number to ring to anywhere that I was. So I set it up to ring to my home phone, my cell phone. I think I may have even set it up for my wife's cell phone. So when a call comes in from a prospect, it actually is ringing. And I'm in the house, it'll actually ring my cell phone and the house phone at the same time. It's one way that I know that it's that kind of call. But on the screen, the number pops up. My Google Voice number, telephone number pops up, so I know that it's coming from there. Plus, there's voicemail that goes with it as well. So you could leave every call going to voicemail and then screen it and prepare yourself before you called them back, or you could just answer the phone.
And you know what? A great way to your home phone for your friends and family. Everyone probably has a home phone or a cell phone. You can't make that your business phone. Realistically, you can't. You can say, "Hi, this is Anna. I'm sorry I'm not here right now. Leave your name and message." A generic one. But imagine a business phone. "Hi, this is what Anna with Leafit or Leaf Superstars." You know, and you can give a little bit more professional.
Hang tight for just a second. I think Google's given us fits again because I can see your screen, but people are telling me that they can only see me. They can't see your screen, which is strange.
Mm.
We can only see me, they said. Huh.
Oh, I got a lock on my screen.
Oh, okay.
How about now?
We'll see. We'll have to give them probably 20 seconds to
Yeah.
see Mike D. Let us know, guys and gals, if you can see the screen now.
And you'll see here again all the countries that you're able to call and their country codes, like Bolivia, 591, which, Barbados, 1246. I don't think we'll ever get anyone from Afghanistan, but you never know. Let's go down to the UK. Uh-oh. There, United Kingdom plus 44, United States plus 1. Uh, Turkey. I know we had some people from Sri Lanka, 94. You can see the different countries. I know we had someone from Russia plus 7, the Philippines, uh, Norway. There's just all kinds of numbers you can call here. So it's really a great, great tool. And let me go with you here and show you how to do this. And I haven't done this in 2 years. I've used this before to call people. It's so easy. You just dial the number here in the States. I mean, I actually set it up for my mom. My mom doesn't have a long distance service. She just has local. She refuses to pay for long. She has her cell phone, and I've actually showed her set this on her phone and got her a headset, and she uses it. My sister uses it for her long distance home phone call, and now she just has long distance on her cell phone, obviously. So they've all set this, and this is free, folks. This is free, and you can see your call history here. I mean, this is some old history. You can set these are numbers people called me, and all I have to do is hit the thing here called back. This is lead generation, guys. This is lead generation. You put the thing in here. These are calls people are calling. You can even have a sizzle call, the old-fashioned sizzle call. Think about it. Maybe you have 2 Gmail accounts. 2. And what you do is on your phone message, and I think the phone message is either 30 seconds or 45 seconds, so you got to speak quick. But how about if you just had a recording about Leafit in 30, 40 seconds? And it's just a recording. You want to find out more about, and you want to say that, listen to this recording, especially those of you marketing in your country. It's a recording. People will call and listen to a recording, but now you've captured their phone number. I mean, that's old school marketing 101, sizzle calls. Everyone who doesn't know what a sizzle call is, and the company's talked about this, Ron Pope is going to set one up, where people call in, and I remember him saying this a few weeks ago. I'm like, well, I wonder who's getting those leads. Because they are a lead. It's someone that was interested in the business or what you're selling. They're calling to find out more information. They're listening to a short sizzle. What's hot? What's really hot about this information you're giving out? In this case, Leafit. What's hot about it? You've got their number.
Well, and it also, you can also set it up to send you an email with the written transcript of the message. Now, it's not always the most legible thing, because the transcript sometimes, depending on the person's voice, will garble the message a little. But you've got the phone number and you've got the information that's there, so it's a written reminder as well.
Okay, now let's see here if we can. And there's a couple, Google Voice gets hey, looks like you can use Google Voice to dial into Hangouts. Something I did not know. Will eventually merge. Oh, well, not yet. Okay, Google Voice. And here's a simple way. You just type in Google. Well, here you can see transcript not available. Yes, to my kids. You can see the short little messages they left here, guys. This is really so. And sometimes it costs a few dollars. Refunds, currency exchange, please note.
And that may actually be one of the differences within Europe and the UK and other parts of the world, is there may be more charges than we have here in the US, because it's not as integrated, but
Right.
they seem to keep updating it. So now Saroj was interested in having you show it again if you could, because most of that with your screen locked,
Okay.
you didn't see it.
Right here. You can see here. Here's a message I've received a while back when I was using it. You see all these phone numbers of people called, outbound call, missed call, voicemail, missed call, and all I have to do is click this button and I can call them back. But this is a great way to and you see all the countries here. that you can call with this. So let me go to my other email account and try and set it up here. So that I don't have it set up on. Okay. Let's see. Google Voice. Google. Whoops. Google Voice. Bam. Voicemail. Well, I have to go and download it, I guess. Well, like I said, I haven't done it in a while, so. See, I'm going to have to learn with you guys I don't remember how I installed it. Voice plugin. Download. Free download. So what I do is I download it, install it. It is really simple to run and do, guys.
And
You're not
plus,
talking any.
step-by-step instructions.
Yeah. Download the Google Talking on your computer. I don't want to do it. Maybe I always try to do. Now, here. This is something you want to watch. Let me go back. Okay? Watch this. Please, everyone, watch this very, very carefully. Next. Go to Custom Install. Here's Express. See, AVG toolbar, AGV, all this crap. I would not recommend anyone who knows what a toolbar is. I don't like them. Maybe you guys do. But this is installing more software on your computer. So I uncheck those puppies. So always, so then you do that. Back up your machine free, back up your computer with my PC backup. It's still by accepting the terms, the software. What's this? Am I getting this automatically? Decline. I decline that. I do not want that backup crap on my computer. So
Hey,
you see
Mike,
that? Yeah.
Google Talk is different. It's instant messaging for both text and voice.
Well, you need the talk plugin for the voice.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So let me.
I kind of forgot since I did my install. It's not like you do them every day.
Yes. I should have seen if I checked English because I think I did another language. Anyone know what language this might be?
We're seeing you. We're not seeing the screen, but maybe we can help figure it out.
Oh, okay. Let's not do that. Okay. Let me do that again. Google Voice. Google Voice. Google Voice. Please note that Google Voice is only available in the U.S. Well,
Is that what it says?
yeah.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, guys.
I wonder if that means that they could get a U.S. phone number.
You'll be required to verify an existing U.S. phone number to get a Google Voice number.
Oh, okay.
Well, as they say in China, that sucks.
Is that what they say in China?
I don't know, but wow. Well, sorry, guys. I thought it was available all over the world. Bummer. Okay. I'm going to look into something else. I know there's a couple other things. I did want to show something else with Google.
Interestingly, Mike, Barbara said she had 4 of them. So how could Barbara have 4 and be in the UK?
Well, maybe check it out, guys. Maybe you can do it. Maybe you can do it. Huh. That's very good. I want a new number. I want to use my number. And you can, get numbers here. So you might want to try that on your own and see if you can do that, especially for those who in marketing. That might be possible. And maybe because I'm in the U.S., so maybe when you guys do it in the U.K., it'll come up with a U.K. thing. That's possible. See, because Google's recognizing I'm a U.S. IP, so that might be it might each country might have their own Google Voice. So that's something if you guys can look at that, post on Facebook if you will. See if you can set that up. Barbara's in the UK, so obviously you can. Another thing, everyone's heard of Google Plus. Uh, here's my Plus account. Let me go into my. Can you see my screen? My search engine right now, Mike?
No, we're still seeing you.
Still seeing me.
Mm-hmm.
God almighty. Okay. Google. We'll go with.
And Steve, I'll answer your question. Yes, you do get a separate number for Google Voice.
Yes, you do. Okay.
Okay, we got the tunnel. We've got your screen.
Okay, let me see if I can get out of this. Can you see the search engine now I'm at?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me go to my Gmail account. Or my Gmail accounts. Oh.
By the way, I'm going to post a name in here for people in the UK that I read something about. I have no idea. Maybe you guys can investigate and see if this is the Google Voice for the UK. If you know anything about ULOP, something like that. I don't know anything about it. I haven't read a lot of details, but I saw an article that mentioned that it may be the Google Voice for the UK. So something to check out. Uh-oh, did we lose you, Mike? Hello, Mike. We seem to have lost you.